everyone! Welcome to my cooking channel Japanese Food at Home. I'm Chef Reina from Japan. This time, I'm gonna lecture on how to make pork miso soup. Pork miso soup is well known as tonjiru, and it is super popular especially in the winter months to warm you up. The soup is generally made with sliced pork and root vegetables such as carrot, burdock, and daikon radish. But the ingredients can vary depending on who makes it, except for the fact that pork is always used. It's a good example of an everything soup with Japanese ingredients. Alright then, let's go through the ingredient list. Thinly sliced pork is a must-have item for this dish. I prefer to use the belly, but please feel free to use your choice of cut. To pair with the pork, I'm gonna use daikon radish, carrot, burdock, taro, and shiitake mushrooms. The taro can be replaced with the potato, and you can use any other mushroom instead of shiitake mushrooms. Other than these items, tofu and konjac are commonly used for the soup. Like I said, there's no rule, so please feel free to customize the ingredients to your taste, utilizing leftover items in your fridge or pantry. To build up the flavors, I'm gonna use sesame oil, dashi stock, and miso. Please use neutral vegetable oil if you don't have sesame oil. The scallions, grated ginger, and shichimi togarashi are to be used when you finish up the dish. Grated ginger may not be regularly used for pork miso soup, but I like to add it to spice things up. If you're not a fan of pork smell, I recommend you add it. Shichimi togarashi is a Japanese spice blend mainly consisting of chili pepper and is often served with a pork miso soup. So now, let's start by cutting up the ingredients. Let's work on the scallions first, because they will be used raw for the topping, so I'd like you to get them done while the utensils are at their cleanest. Cut off the root end, then match the length to put them together in a bundle. You can process long ingredients efficiently this way. To slice scallions properly, please use a sharp knife and slide the blade back and forth without pressing down in order to avoid crushing them. Next, work on the daikon radish. Peel off the skin with a knife. At this point, you should focus on sliding the blade back and forth like before, rather than moving it towards the left. At the same time, turn the daikon radish with your left hand. This is the most common way to peel daikon radish, but please go ahead and use a vegetable peeler if you prefer. After that, have it vertically and slice into approx 5mm slices. By having it before slicing, you can lay it with the flat side facing down and easily work with it. Now, you have half-circle slices. Then half them to make quarter-circle slices. This shape is called ichogiri in Japanese cuisine. Icho means ginkgo, and it is so named because it resembles the shape of a ginkgo leaf. Next, work on the carrot. As you can see, it's divided into two parts because the preparation differs a bit depending on the thickness. If you use the thin part at the bottom, slice it into circles. Carrots are hotter than daikon radishes and take longer to cook through, so please slice into 2 to 3mm slices or so, a bit thinner than the daikon radish. As for the thicker part at the top, cut off the stem end, then have it lengthwise. Lay it with the flat side facing down, then thinly slice. This half-circle shape is called hangetsugiri, as hangetsu indicates a half-moon in Japanese. Next, work on the shiitake mushrooms. First, separate them into caps and stems. Then, cut each cap into 4 equal parts or 6 if large. As for the stems, cut off the woody part at the bottom, then thinly slice them. As you may already know, the stems are a bit hotter, and because of that, they are sometimes discarded, but they can be comfortable to eat when thinly sliced. Alright, next, work on the burdock. The aromatic components are concentrated in and below the skin, so please do not peel it, but wash off the mud sufficiently with a scrubbing brush under water instead. Burdocks easily discolor, so please prepare a bowl of water and strainer before you start slicing. Cut off the discolored end, then thinly slice diagonally. Transfer the slices into the water to prevent discoloration. After that, work on the taro. Please peel the skin with a peeler, then cut into chunks. Taros discolor easily as well, so add the chunks to the bowl of water and leave them together with the burdock until ready to use. Lastly, work on the pork belly slices. Cut them into bite-sized pieces. To prevent cross-contamination, please make them the last thing you cut. Since the slices could be stuck together, you may want to take them apart at this point so you'll be able to easily stir-fry them. Alright, the ingredients are ready to cook, so now let's move to the front of the cooktop. Before cooking the ingredients, let's prepare the dashi stock. I'm gonna use a dashi packet. Add it to a pot of boiling water and infuse it with a gentle simmer for several minutes, following the instructions on the package. You can also use dashi granules or shirodashi instead. While infusing the dashi packet, let's start to cook the ingredients. Preheat a pot over medium-high heat. Grease the base with the sesame oil. Then add the pork belly slices to stir-fry them. If thinly sliced pork is not easily available, you can use ground pork in the same way. It tends to sink to the bottom of a soup bowl when served, but the soup will be as yummy as if you use sliced pork. When the pork has become whitish overall, add the shiitake mushrooms, carrot, and daikon radish. Then drain the burdock and taro and add them to the pot. Stir-fry the ingredients until they are coated well with the oil. Stir-frying the ingredients before adding the dashi stock helps prevent them from falling apart while they are simmered in the dashi stock. After that, pour in the dashi stock and bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil, reduce the heat to a gentle simmer. Then cook for about 15 minutes or until the taro is soft enough to eat. If there is foamy scum on the surface, please skim it off. As the pork is cooked in the soup, it contains some animal fat, and if you rinse your ladle or spoon in cold water, the fat sticks to the ladle or spoon as it cools, so you should prepare hot water to rinse it off. I think a smaller ladle works better than a larger one for this detailed work. Alright, let's try inserting a skewer into a piece of the taro to check if it's soft. Looks good! So now, we're gonna season the soup with miso to finish up the dish. Turn off the heat, then scoop out a little of the dashi stock from the pot and add it to the miso. Stir well and make sure there are no lumps left. After that, add half of the miso mixture to the soup. The saltiness of the soup can vary depending on several factors, such as what miso you use and whether your dashi stock was pre-seasoned or not. Therefore, you should keep some of the miso mixture for adjustment. To determine if you should add more or not, taste it. For my soup, I think it's good to add all of the mixture. Please adjust the taste to your palate. Alright, we're almost there. Lastly, add freshly grated ginger. As usual, I use ginger without peeling it for maximum enjoyment of its spiciness and great aroma. For your information, ginger can stay fresh longer when it's stored in water, so I usually keep it in a Tupperware container filled with water and stick it in the fridge. Please change the water once or twice a week. Okay then, reheat the soup until just before it starts to boil. In fact, the flavor of miso is very fragile and it easily fades away when boiled, so please turn off the heat accordingly. Serve the soup in a soup bowl. Then finally, sprinkle the scallions on top. If you're a fan of hot and pungent flavors, go ahead and sprinkle some shichimi togarashi on top as well. Alright, this is how to make pork miso soup, aka tonjiru. The recipe is packed with various cutting techniques that are commonly used in Japanese cuisine, and you can create your own miso soup in the same way by changing the ingredients. I hope this video helps you stay warm during these winter months. In the next video, I will show you how to make candied sweet potatoes, aka Daigaku Imo. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see how they are made. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Have a great day with delicious food. See you next time!